Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another brand new video. I hope you guys are all doing well. So in this video, I want to talk about Terra Luna Classic to $1. Okay, I'm excited guys. Okay, for the past few days, I'm really excited for Terra Luna Classic to reach that price target of $1 down in the future. Now, we know right now that Terra Luna Classic is in fact having a downtrend, and it looked like, right, if you guys haven't seen yesterday's video where I talked about Terra Luna Classic, I told you guys that yes, we did are in fact having, this downtrend right now, okay, for Terra Luna Classic, and it looked like, Terra Luna Classic right here, right, was in fact having a breakout from this downtrend. Okay, it looked like it was in fact having a breakout. Okay, but today, guys, as you guys can clearly see, that Terra Luna Classic is in fact dipping even more. Okay, it's dipping even more. You guys can clearly see that. Okay, so this is completely normal, right? We don't expect to see Terra Luna Classic absolutely, going back up, right? But honestly, guys, I would say in less than a week time, okay, sometime in like a few days, I'm talking maybe 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, even, or maybe even 6, we are going to be seeing Terra Luna Classic pumping back up, maybe up to the 40 range or even up to the 50 range, right around here. You know what I mean? It's going to have a decent pump. I just have a feeling, you know what I mean? Because for the past over a week now, for the past 10 days, right, we have obviously been dipping. You guys can clearly see that, right? Terra Luna Classic has obviously been dipping. Majority of the time, it's been dipping. Yes, we had a few pumps, okay, a few little pumps and all that, but majority of the time, it's been dipping, okay? So Terra Luna Classic today, guys, it is in fact down over 6%, almost 7%. So it is in fact dipping. You guys can clearly see, right? We were in fact at the 30 range, literally like 2 hours ago. And now, okay, we are all the way back down to the 29 range. Okay, so just under 30, which is completely fine. You know what I mean? This ain't no major dip or anything like this. You know what I mean? We really just gotta like just zoom out. You know what I mean? And you guys can see that we are clearly fine. You know what I mean? Terra Luna Classic is still, holding up pretty well. It is, right? And I just want to give you guys a little update on the fear and greed index for the whole crypto market. So right now, guys, it's currently at 27. Okay, the last time I gave you guys an update, which was yesterday, it was at 22, right? So you guys can clearly see, okay, literally yesterday it was at 22. 17th of September, today is the 18th of September, and now it's at 27, right? Yesterday, the fear and greed index was in fact at, extreme fear. Today, it's a different story. It's just that fear. So we are in fact slightly going back up, guys. Okay. And if you guys, remembered, I don't know if you guys did remember, but I showed you guys the fear and greed index like a couple months back, right? And it was literally at 6. If you bought at that time when everyone was extremely fearful for the crypto market, right, you'll be up in profit right now in some way if you bought at that time, right? So obviously, guys, when we are in fact in fear mode, when the markets right now, when everyone is fearful, extremely fearful, that is when you want to buy, guys. You got to do the complete opposite, right? And when we are in fact in the greens, when everyone's greedy, you got to do the opposite, because when everything's in the greens, everything's pumping, a lot of people like to buy, right? And that's not the right time to buy. That's pretty much the time to take your profits, right? To have a exit strategy. You know what I mean? So you got to do the complete opposite, guys. A lot of people nowadays that are in fact invested into these markets, they like to FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. And trust me, guys, I've done it before with FOMO. You know what I mean? For example, I saw Solana, for an example, absolutely pumping, and I had FOMO. I bought in because I saw it absolutely, pumping. Who remembers last year in 2021, Solana was absolutely going crazy, right? And I'm not going to lie, I FOMO'd in. I did, you know what I mean? I'm not going to lie to you guys, you know what I mean? So FOMO, yes, I understand it's really, really difficult, but sometimes, guys, you just have to understand that it will eventually dip, okay? It will eventually dip. If you see any cryptocurrency, pumping over, 30%, let's just say, or 50%, over 50%, 60, 70, 80 or over, it's going to eventually have a dip, okay? Just know that, right? And I just want to say something real quick. Okay, I showed you guys this article like 2 days ago, right? Binance owns 35% of, Terra Luna Classic supply, but it doesn't support, Binance is not supporting the burns for Tallulah Classic. I just want to say something real quick, okay? I told you guys many times, right? If you guys haven't seen that video, check it out where I point out a few reasons why I believe Tallulah Classic will eventually reach $1, okay? I pointed out that, you know, there's a lot of hype into Tallulah Classic. People are in fact invested into Tallulah Classic, right? They're interested, you know what I mean? And of course, a lot of crypto exchanges, like major crypto exchanges, like for example, Binance and KuCoin, are in fact, you know, supporting Tallulah Classic, right? And CZ, the CEO of Binance, he's obviously, you know, supporting Tallulah Classic as well. And I just want to say something real quick. I know for a fact, okay, if Binance, I think this is going to happen one day, okay? Because you guys can clearly read by the title, okay? They do not support the burns. All right, so Binance owns 35% of Tallulah Classic's supply, right? Which, by the way, the supply right now is at like almost 7 trillion, 6.9 trillion, so almost 7 trillion, right? That's the max supply for Tallulah Classic so far, okay? Which is a lot, obviously a lot of tokens, okay? That's a lot of, you know, Tallulah Classic coins, right? And Binance owns 35% of it, of the supply, but they are not supporting the burn. Let me just tell you guys this real quick, okay? I know for a fact, I'm not saying that this is going to, like, you know, this is going to 100% happen, but I just have a feeling, like, my guts is telling me that one day Binance, okay, Binance will in fact support the burns for Tallulah Classic, and if that happens, we're gonna be seeing this number. Can you guys see it? This. All right, that's a 1, by the way. Okay, we're gonna be seeing Tallulah Classic at $1. I'm telling you guys that right now. Okay, if Binance, because right now they're not supporting the burns, right? But I feel like they're gonna have a switch up. You know, they're gonna change their minds, right? I feel like Binance will eventually, okay, support the Tallulah Classic burns, right? The tax burns and whatnot. You know what I mean? Just like KuCoin, right? KuCoin is in fact supporting the 1.2% tax burns for Tallulah Classic, right? We all know that. And Binance is going to do the exact same thing, because I'm telling you guys right now, the reason why I believe Tallulah Classic is going to absolutely go parabolic, right? It's going to absolutely, you know, go skyrocket high, just like what it did, you know, 2 weeks ago, a few weeks ago, okay? Think about it, guys. Look, read it. Binance owns 35% of Tallulah Classic's supply. 35%, guys. That is a large amount, just like I said, right? 6.9 trillion, that's the max supply right now for Tallulah Classic. 6.9 trillion, almost 7 trillion, right? And Binance owns 35% of it. And once they support the burns, don't you guys think Tallulah Classic will absolutely go crazy? Don't you think it will finally reach 1 cent, a couple cents? Think about it, okay? Just think about it, okay? And I'm not saying that, you know, for Tallulah Classic to reach $1, it's going to happen overnight. It's going to happen in a few months' time or in 1 year time. Maybe not, you know what I mean? But I'm telling you this right now, it's going to happen one day. Maybe another 2, 3, 4 years' time. You know what I mean? Who realistically really knows when Tallulah Classic will eventually reach $1? But I'm telling you this right now, it's going to reach $1 no matter what. Whether you love Tallulah Classic, whether you love it or you're against it, it's going to reach $1, okay? It will, guys. Just mark my word on it. And I still believe, obviously, okay, it's dipping, like I said, guys. We're still at the 29 range. I think, okay, personally, it's still a great time right now to accumulate, to buy, to invest into Tallulah Classic right now, to add more to your portfolio, you know what I mean, to your wallet, right? I think right now it's still a great time to accumulate more Tallulah Classics, you know what I mean? So that being said, guys, I hope you guys are in fact taking advantage of these dips that we are in fact seeing right now for Tallulah Classic, because like I said, it is in fact dipping. We saw it absolutely dip, right? You guys can clearly see that, and it's dipping right now, right? You guys can clearly see that it's dipping right now. So I hope you guys are genuinely are in fact taking advantage of these dips, okay? And one day, guys, you're going to look at your portfolios and you're going to be smiling from your investments from Tallulah Classic, because it will reach $1. That $1 price target for Tallulah Classic, guys, is going to happen in the future. Like I said, who realistically really knows when, but it's going to happen one day. Mark my words. So that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this one here. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you guys have not yet already. I really would appreciate that. And I'll catch you guys all in my next video. video. Have a blessed day, guys.